Alright folks, welcome back. This feels very weird to me because if you've been following the channel at all, you know most of my videos I just film on a GoPro. I've been backpacking in Southeast Asia a lot recently, but here we are back in the States. I've got a camera on a tripod and I've got my trusty Honda CRV behind me here. And I just wanted to jump on and give you a quick tour of my car camping, road tripping setup. I don't currently have anything set up in here. I've just got everything pulled out, seats laid down. For those that don't know, this is a 2000 Honda CRV, a first generation, and in my humble opinion, it's really the best kind of budget option for an all-around versatile road tripping, daily driver, car camping sort of option. So yeah, let's just get right into it. I'll show you the setup. I haven't put this in quite some time, so let's see if I can remember. Alright, just about like that for the rear piece there. Alright, now for the front piece, we just go in the side of the door here. Again, let's see if I can remember the right angle to get this in at. Alright, and just like that, we have the other platform in. The only other thing there is to it here is right on the bottom, have a couple little clasps here to lock it in place, which, to be honest, those aren't really necessary. It's just to kind of keep it from rattling around, but as you can see, there's that little support piece right there, so these are kind of just one little extra measure to make sure it's locked in place there. So that is it. So as you can see, we've got this little flat piece here, and this is kind of the secret to it. This is what makes the whole thing work. So let me show you really quick what I do when I actually am getting ready to camp for the night. All you gotta do is lay the front seats forward. And now that those front seats are forward, we flip this up. And there you have it. Now that front piece is down, and one thing to note, just this is kind of personal preference, you can add a little support piece underneath this, you know, like put a little 2x4 underneath it. And let me show you what I'm talking about, because as you can see here, we've just got this big hinge here, which obviously is not super strong. So if you want to, you can throw down another little piece of a 2x4 right there. I personally haven't, and I've had no issue. I just always remember I don't want to put much pressure up here, which for me has never been an issue. I just remember, you know, when I lay down at night, that's just where the pillow rests, and I just make sure when I climb in and out that I'm not putting any unnecessary pressure right there, because obviously if you did, like I said, this hinge is not super strong. So that is it. That is really the basics of the setup here. Just for reference, I am about 5'10", 5'11". I weigh about 165, 170 pounds. So let me show you kind of what that looks like in here. You can go in the side doors. I typically will come in this way. I'll have the hatch shut and then I'll jump over it. And then, you know, that's about it. You're not going to be sitting up in here. Obviously, there's not full room to sit up, but that's not what it's designed for. It's just a sleeping platform. So this is right, kind of the position that I would be in. And my feet, you know, just kind of come right to the end. All of this is very, very sturdy in here. Just get a nice piece of plywood. And then, again, the only part you have to be careful with is this little upper flap. But that's where, you know, it's really just your head resting up here. So you shouldn't be putting a lot of pressure there anyways. And the great thing with this is, depending on how much gear you have, you can very comfortably sleep 2 people in here. Again, it's a double-sized bed, so if you're traveling with a partner, you've got more than enough room. As you can see here, I just threw the bedding in and my cooler, so you can see just the bones of the basic setup. I don't need to bother getting everything else thrown in there right now, because yeah, that's just gonna be a process of going through everything. This right here is like a $10 Walmart pad that I just have folded over on top of itself, that I've used as like a camping pad for many, many, many years. This right here is a nice like memory foam twin mattress topper that I think I got for free at a garage sale like, I don't know, 2 years ago. And I just go ahead and double up on those, and that is my mattress. And I wanted to mention, for anyone interested, the rest of the car is completely bone stock. You know, I've got normal tires on there, no spacer, no nothing. no bumper, no light bar, no extra anything, and you know, all that kind of stuff, extra accessories. It can be cool. I've thought about it. I may, you know, add some stuff on here eventually, but being that it's always also been my daily driver, more stuff just becomes more money, more stuff to break, and I've just kind of found what works for me. When I bought this car, in the first 2 years, I put 70,000 miles on it between daily driving and road tripping, and I just found that my needs were pretty simple. She's been able to get me absolutely everywhere I want to go. Of course, you're not doing Moab rock crawling in this, but I tear it up on Forest Service roads, logging roads, old mining roads, and she really gets the job done. Again, if you've ever owned one of these things, you know that they really are a capable little rig with the real-time all-wheel drive. The only downside is the little engine in here. She's not the most powerful. She gets a little tired out sometimes, you know, going up hills and everything, but it gets the job done. One other little thing to point out, I've got these little window screen shade things. I got these bad boys also at a garage sale for I think $1. So when I want to crack the windows, I can put those over it so bugs can't get in and out, and you know, get some airflow in there. Well, I think that is gonna do it for this video. I was gonna do a little bit more in-depth of a look at everything, like actually pack things up and then show you exactly what I bring along, go through everything, but to be honest right now, I don't have time for that. I need to focus on packing and organizing before leaving tomorrow morning, but if that's something that anyone is interested in, let me know, because depending when I get this video posted, I may still be on the road, and then I could, you know, make another video kind of going through like everything I pack for a longer term car camping, road tripping sort of adventure. So let me know if anybody is interested in that. The last thing I wanted to say is I hope this can kind of be an example of a very budget-friendly option to get into this. You know, with social media, it can be so easy to think that you need the Sprinter van, you need the lift, you need the mud tires, you need the, you know, fancy pullouts and all of that, but you really don't. If you can get that, that's great. That works for a lot of people, but for me, this has been amazing. All you need is a $2,000 25-year-old Honda that's gonna last you a lifetime. Well, I sure hope so. At least I think she will. She's been doing pretty good. And then for the rest of the setup, honestly, you're looking at a couple $100. You know, of course, now I have a few pieces of more expensive gear and equipment, and I've road tripped and camped a lot. So over the years, I pick stuff up at garage sales, on Facebook Marketplace, and just kind of piece things together. But for the bare bones, you don't need much. For my kitchen, this is all I need, which, to be honest, this is fancier than I've done all my road tripping in the past. In the past, I've just used one little fold-up pocket rocket that I had for backpacking. But now I use this bad boy, and yeah, you can just do it as simply as you want. The barrier to entry is not as high as some may think. I don't really know if I'm going to be making a lot of videos on this road trip. I would like to. The main goal is just to head down, visit some friends, and then maybe on the drive back I can do some exploring, film some videos, but it kind of just depends on timing, when I need to be back, and how much money I want to spend on gas, to be honest. So yeah, anyways, that is it. If you have any questions about this setup, let me know what your camping setup is like, what rig works for you. I'd be curious to hear. All right, that is it. I gotta stop yapping. This is it. I will see y'all soon.
Lighten up, take me on your magic river. Tell me all your dreams align. Sign me up and tell me about the people that you know who are trying to feel alive.